Hello and welcome back to another Shitey video. I'm Aiden and today I'm going to be reading a story called The Toxic Monster. Now, you may not have heard of it, and that is with very good reason. It is because it's something that was written when I was in year 3 or 4, so a while ago, and it was actually written by me. The fact that I'm letting this see the light of day is surprising. So, I wrote it. I wrote it in year 3 or 4, probably 3, I don't remember. It's called The Toxic Monster. I'm gonna edit in, I'm gonna scan through this, because it's like a printed out, thing. I'm gonna scan it, I'm gonna edit it in, but I'm still gonna show you the cover in IRL, in real life. So, as you can see, there's a guy, and plus, so this is obviously some addition. So the guy plus the toxic waste turns him into Bob from Monsters and Aliens, but this one's green and he's angry. And this guy, or maybe his twin, he doesn't look exactly the same. He goes and wrecks the crap out of buildings. I don't remember most of the story. I skimmed through it. I read the first, paragraph just to see how awful it was, and that's when I knew I had to make a video about it. So I'm going to be editing it in. I'm going to stand kind of off to the side. I'm going to put it here, hopefully. Otherwise I'm just standing to the right and there's all this dead area. So I'm going to read it. Hopefully you can see it there if you want to read along. And let's get into this. Once upon a time, I'm assuming it's meant to be like bum 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 or something, but I'm young, so shut up. There was an evil scientist. His name was Fred. He worked at a toxic waste factory. One time, he was lurking the factory, looking for strange objects so he could succeed on his plan to take over the world. But because he worked at a toxic waste plant, his plan could go from good to better. But Fred thought, since he was at the plant, he may as well check on the waste. But the ladder that led up to the two of, it's meant to be top. You get me. But the ladder that led up to the two of a toxic waste vat was broken at the top. So when he got up to the top, he fell into the vat and he turned into a rampaging monster. But before I tell you that part, I have to tell you this part! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Bloody hell. Chapter 2. Wow, this thing's got chapters. Wow. Meet Eidos. I think that's meant to be me. I hope it's not, but, it helps me get invested in the story if it's me, so I'm going to pretend it's me. You can too. Meet Eidos. He's a super exponentially incredible kid. His only problem was that he wasn't good in school. He suffered from IBSS, incredibly boring school syndrome. But his principal diagnosed frickin' hell, I'm bad at spelling and grammar and this is awful. Jesus, I should send this to Jack's Films. Diagnosed him with just plain old BAD. Anyways, next page. Parents were superheroes, and Eidos was turning 10 tomorrow. And when your parents are superheroes, you get your superpowers. So the next... Alright. You get your superpowers. So the next day, his parents taught him how to use his superpowers, and he went to fight crime. I'm thinking this Eidos character, never heard of him before, is gonna go fight this monster. It's very... Oh, yep. Meanwhile, the Toxie, let's call him Toxic, okay? Toxic was rampaging across the city in a brawl with Eidos' parents. What? Why have I used a comma? Frickin' idiot! I'm sure there's been more that I've missed, but that's just the circle. I'm just trying to read it. I'm not trying to point out problems. I'm just trying to get invested in the story, alright? Just shut up. In a brawl with Ados's parents. And also, why did you add a second S? You can just add the little... I don't know the name of it, but you know. You get me. You get it? You got me. Parents, with one single swipe, the toxic monster knocked out. And soon Ados arrived and zapped the toxic monster, and he got melted, and so he practically gave toxic monster some of its own medicine. So in the end, Ados knew Toxic's weakness. So he tried again, but Toxic had seriously grown smarter and bigger. I wonder how that happened. I hope we find out. I'm so excited. When the Navy arrived, there was a big war with bombs, mines, tanks, and stormtroopers. Holy shit! Lucasfilms, did you help write this? My god, George Lucas, thank you. When the battle droids arrived, Darth Maul came back to life. What is this, Solo? Holy shit, I predicted Solo. Shit. Frick. They're on to me. They stole my script. Okay, I'm sorry. When the battle droids arrived, Darth Maul came back to life, and when he did, he came back to Earth and thought he was a hero and tried to stop Toxic, and in another swipe, and Darth Maul died again. Jesus Christ, did I just predict Solo 2, a Star Wars story? Ugh, Chapter 3. Another chapter, yay! Brett's cicada really did try to save the day, but it got killed. Why is there a cicada? Frickin' hell. Ados! I had to yell it, it's in caps. Ron Burgundy who? Was tired of watching people get killed, so he decided to stand up for himself. So he snuck up behind Toxic and zapped Toxic. He got smaller, so it was easy to zap him a few million times, and eventually Toxic died. The end! Frickin' hell. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. There was a story, a tiny story that had little to no sense. Oh, top-notch entertainment. Why am I swaying? Why am I swaying? I don't know why I'm swaying. Woo! Thank you very much for watching this video. If you sneezed during this video, bless you. Peace out. Wait, that's not my intro. Outro. Can't even get that right. Help me clean up YouTube. If you see a bad bird, come and take a green cap of it and send it my way. That's all I remember. Yeah, yeah.